A new true crime documentary has got everyone talking this morning. For years, my next guest thought William Allen Jordan was her loving husband and father of her children. But as Mary Turner Thomson shares in a new documentary, he was a con man with a sinister secret life.
The people sitting there at home right now thinking, this could never happen to me. I would never be so gullible or stupid to believe somebody like that. Don't ever think it can't happen to you.
Are you Mary Turner Thomson?
Yes.
Are you also Mrs. Jordan?
Yes.
I'm the other Mrs. Jordan.
My reality just crumbled.
Bigamy, fraud, not registering his whereabouts under the Sex Offenders Act.
She found a trail of wives and children who told her he deceived them as well.
Kind of messed with the wrong woman when he messed with me.
Exactly right. And Mary Turner Thomson join us now. Thank you so much, Mary. This is this stuff of movies, but this was your reality. Just to take you back, Mary, you had your little girl already. It was just you and Robin. And you had a lovely life, but you were missing love. You wanted a relationship and you decided to go online dating. And this is how you came across William Allen Jordan. And the relationship started, as any others does, very exciting. It moved very quickly though, didn't it?
Yeah, he actually proposed to me within 2.5 weeks of meeting me. Mm-hmm. And I said no, but after that it was kind of, he just treated it like we were engaged and you know, I kind of went along with it.
And it went along with that. Now there was a major red flag very early on in the relationship, Mary, and you obviously had your suspicions because you kind of did a little bit of digging and you tracked down his business address, or what you thought was a business address. It wasn't, in fact.
Nope. And what he did at that point is explain to me that his job was as an IT person, but not for a company that he said he ran, but actually he was working for the intelligence services. So it's not like he said, "Hey, baby, I'm a spy," or anything. He just said, you know, he was an IT guy. He was the guy in the van, it was extraordinary. It was just So yeah, I was a spy's wife. It was very strange.
Exactly, but you did turn up at this business address and you discovered it was a home. There were toys in the window. You saw his car in the driveway. But because of this bizarre job that he was able to explain away all of your suspicions.
Yeah, it's insipid the way that he does it. But yeah, little by little, he told me it was a safe house, and that, you know, it was just that the toys in the garden were basically just masking the fact that this was actually an intelligence service safe house. So yeah, it's a small detail and a really, really big and long and insipid kind of brainwashing that he did.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that was actually, finding the house was when he actually sat down and said, that's what he worked for.
Yeah. And Mary, of course, then this incredible, bizarre job explained a lot of things, didn't it? It explained why suddenly he just wouldn't turn up for dates and weekends away. It explained why he had to go away from home for long periods of time. It all sounded fairly plausible.
Yeah, I mean, at the time he told me, I didn't believe him. It was not like I went, oh, okay, that's right. It was like he suspended disbelief. So he said, just, you don't need to believe anything right now. Just hold on and it'll all be proved in time. Mm-hmm. And after he told me about his job, suddenly there were people contacting me, telling me where he was and why he hadn't come home. There was pay packets that showed, you know, he was being paid by the Ministry of Defence. There was, he used to carry a gun. There was just all sorts of evidence, you know, emails that I got from people and, you know, etc. It was just, you know, how do you know where your partner works? Yeah. You know, you talk to their work colleagues, you see their work, where they work, you know, etc. It was just little by little over time it was proved.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's extraordinary.
He incredibly good at what he did, Mary, but throughout all of the suspicions that you did have, there were pockets of happiness. You were very happy together. He treated your little girl like his own. He had told you he was infertile due to about mumps as a little boy. You then discovered you are pregnant. He is elated. You're both very, very happy. You go on to get married in 2002, and this is when your story takes another sinister turn, because he then claims there are people out to get you, to get the family, to hurt him, and you needed to pay them off. And this is when you were probably at one of your lowest ebbs.
So it was 4 years into the relationship, and by which time I totally believed him. I was completely brainwashed. I thought he was the only person I could trust. I wasn't allowed to tell anybody else in my family or anything else, because if I did, they would be in danger. And suddenly we were being threatened, and I was told that somebody would actually come and kidnap the kids and rip bits off them and send them through the post unless we came up with money. And by that stage, it was like a shark frenzy. I just sold everything I had just to give him money because I just wanted to keep my kids safe.
Well, Mary, at this point, it's horrific. But fast forward then to 2006, and you get this call from the other woman, the other Mrs. Jordan, and this is when your world is just decimated. But bizarrely, it was the beginning of your new chapter, because everything unravelled at that point and you discovered who he really was. He ended up in prison, was sent back to the US. Where is he now?
He's still in the US. As soon as he got back to the US, he started all over again. He's got, now I know, because I went public with the book, now I know of 21 victims, I know of 14 children, and that's going to be the tip of a very, very, very messed up iceberg. There's more likely to be 40 children. I don't know. I can't imagine how many victims there are.
Well, Mary, you thankfully are there on their behalf. There's so many more details to this, Mary, and unfortunately we don't have the time to go into it. I was fascinated, but you can watch it all in the documentary, William Allen Jordan. It's The Other Mrs. Jordan on ITVX. Mary, thank you very much indeed.